evening and welcome to News Geelong. Tonight we join in all the fun of the 94th Annual Gala Day Parade held around our great city to continue to raise all-important funds for the Geelong Hospital Children's Ward. From the pulsating world of sport, the flying hawk Nathan Curry brings us the latest news from Catland as he talks with new recruits Billy Smets and Cameron Guthrie. While from the indifferent world of Mother Nature and the weather, sparkling Lani Salathiel will update us with the latest information on the predicted weather outlook over the next few days. Opening tonight's News Geelong, Aerosport All-Stars Aerobics Gymnastic Dance continued to taste success last weekend at the Victorian Championships when Brenton Andrioli became the #1 rated performer in the world, as Debbie Meaney reports.
I'm standing outside the very successful Aerosport All-Stars studio here in Essington Street in Grovedale. They've just recently come back from World Championships in Eindhoven for the Federation of International Sports Aerobics and Fitness Competitions. They received 1 gold medal and 2 bronze and 6 silver. I caught up with Justine Bratanavicus, the head coach and director of All Stars, and the winner of the gold, Brenton Andrioli. So you've had great success this year, great team. You're obviously a fabulous coach.
Oh, thank you. We had a great time and it was very successful, but they've done all the hard work, so I'm very proud of them.
It must take a lot of fundraising for this.
Yes, it does. So we're going to get a big fundraising committee together next year because next year we're in Australia, so hopefully have a lot more teams involved as well.
Is that part of the selection team's choice as to how many they take?
That's correct. They'll take up to 5 funk next year and then the 3 individuals. So the top 3 from each section in Australia with the sport aerobics, and then the funk they'll take about 5. So big chance for everybody, which is great.
You don't just do sport aerobics here.
No, that's right. We do funk and hip-hop as well, so that's also involved in the championships. So we really love to have that involved this year, for next year, sorry. And then the gymnastics, which is really growing in our club.
Brenton, world champion, well done.
Thank you very much.
What age group were you in?
17 plus is senior category.
And so how many men did you compete against?
9 others, and there was 2 of us from Australia.
Were you one of the youngest?
Yeah, I was out of 2 of 17-year-olds, I was one of them.
And you've competed before?
Yeah, I competed in the junior category, so this is my first year up into the seniors, and I took up first in junior, but it was still a big jump. There's jumps, flexibility, strength, the criteria they judge on, and there's aerobic movement patterns, I guess you could call it, which is like between the skills, and it has to be pretty high intensity.
This is Debbie Meaney in Grovedale for News Geelong.
Thank you, Debbie, and well done, Brenton. Social honesty and alcoholism-related problems are receiving a great deal of attention throughout the community, and in particular in the media. News Geelong spoke with a leading psychologist regarding the positive steps being taken to address the issues and offer strong support systems for individuals to assist in dealing with these issues. Andrea Cozza reports.
In the lead up to the state election, the Geelong Clinic held a mental health forum for mental health professionals in the area to discuss issues of importance.
My biggest concern is the level of alcoholism the unacknowledged level of alcoholism and its impact on families everywhere.
And what kind of policy would you like to see implemented?
Well, because it impacts so much on families and is associated with so much domestic violence, and I'd like to see the state government really considering its addiction to the revenue from the alcohol industry.
Raquel, as a professional mental health worker, particularly in social rehabilitation and support of the homeless, what are your main concerns?
Look, my main concern in our program is around the housing situation. I've worked in the homeless sector for probably 15 years in Geelong, and sort of working in this mental health sector, we're really experiencing the growth of homeless people with very little accommodation available to them. Well, I think that they need to look at public housing and supported accommodation, and also the new community housing that's available. I mean, we have limited resources. We work on a model that we are able to house people short term and the model is really 14 days. Because we haven't got an exit plan, we're housing them for long term. We're also taking people from the acute unit that are they need the beds in the acute unit, and we're exiting them into a homeless sector. So they come into us, and we're the homeless sector because they've got nowhere else to go, and we've got nowhere to move them. Applications that used to take 3 months are taking up to 2 years to go through housing. I'm talking about the segmental waiting list. So once upon a time, if you applied under recurring homeless, did all your support plans, you could be housed within 3 months. Now we're waiting up to 2 years.
Andrea Kozar at the Geelong Clinic for News Geelong.
Thank you, Andrea. It's not often that you can claim a genuine first for Australian music events, but musician Nick Giocchiro is all set to write a whole new chapter with his travelling juggernaut he is calling 80 Gigs in 80 Days, as Debbie Meaney reports.
80 Gigs in 80 Days is an ambitious music project promoting local music. I caught up with one of the organisers, Nick Giocchiro, telling us about it. So Nick, an ambitious project, tell me about it.
Well, 80 Gigs in 80 Days, it's kind of, there's a few reasons why we kind of started it. First and foremost, it's a tribute to the Victorian live music scene. Try to highlight, you know, all the great live music venues and bands around Victoria. And more than that also too, me and my brother came up with the idea through pretty tragic circumstances, and it was during the time our mum had cancer. And I guess it's kind of a way not only just to honour her, but also to kind of make sure that you live life, and kind of use that also to inspire other people, other creative people, that they can do these kind of projects.
You certainly are living your life. You must be feeling pretty exhausted.
I'm very exhausted. I really can't wait for the last one, to be honest. Like, I'll be sad that it's over, but 5 days to go. I also kind of promised our sponsor that I wouldn't shave for the whole 80 tour, which I kind of regret at this stage because it's pretty thick. So yeah, again, just exhausted, but having the time of my life.
And lots of venues, different sorts of varieties?
Yeah, from all over the place. We've had, you know, venues that we didn't even know about approach us, you know, kind of had this great one down in Gisborne that not many people would know, and, you know, they have live music 3 nights a week. Just kind of venues all over the place.
And this Friday here at the Pt1 Club?
Yeah, looking forward to it. We've got a great lineup. We've got a couple of Newcastle bands, the Seabellies and Catherine Britt, and also bringing down the Bonscotts from Melbourne. So yeah, really looking forward to it. Yeah, it's going to be good fun.
And the lineup for the rest of the 80 days, where can people find that?
Well, if you just go to www.80gigsin80days.com, and yeah, you can kind of find out everything we're doing, what bands are involved, where we're playing, and just kind of follow us up on that.
This is Debbie Meaney at the Pt1 Club for News Geelong.
Thank you, Debbie. This is News Geelong this Wednesday evening as we go to a break and return with more news after this.